If you could erase one of Robin Williams' performances just from history, which one would it be?
My first question, does it have to be just one?
It can be as many as you want, but we're talking obliterated. It never happened.
Gosh. Do y'all want a little primer?
Yes.
All right. Here's some terrible movies he's made. RV. Father's Day. License to Wed. What Dreams May Come. Patch Adams. Jacob the Liar. Flubber. Robots. Old Dogs. Toys. House of D. And Bicentennial Man.
Is Jacob the Liar bad? I've never seen it, but
I don't know. I just picked like Rotten Tomato scores that were super low.
Oh, okay.
So people don't like it.
Mine, I'm ready for the storm of hate that is going to come my way.
Just watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Okay. The year is 1998. And
don't you dare.
I'm at the video store with my dad, and he knows how much I love Peter Pan.
That's it.
Let me finish. And
that's putting a stop to this.
And my dad says, "Hey, Zach, look, here's a movie about Captain Hook. It's called Hook." And I go, "Ooh, what's it about?" And he reads the back and he goes, "Peter Pan has grown up." And I said, "Oh, no, thank you." No,
you didn't.
Thank you. Yes, I did.
No,
I
didn't.
I didn't see it when I was a kid because I was like, he's grown up. So you took like the coolest thing about this character and took it away. So he's just a guy. And then I never saw it as a kid, and I watched it as an adult, and I was just like, Steven Spielberg, don't poop on my stuff because you think you're better than it. So it's not Robin Williams' fault, but it's Spielberg's fault.
You put Peter Pan way too high up.
I was going to say, might it be possible that, Zach, you just care too much about Peter Pan?
You took away that's like if you were like, hey, what if we made Lord of the Rings? But here's the thing, Frodo doesn't have the ring.
Nope. It's nothing like that.
What if you have Iron Man, but you take away his suit?
No, it's not like that either.
It's the same thing. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Peter's still going to Neverland. He's still flying around. There's still fairies and Tinkerbell and Lost Boys.
It's depressing
one
and lame.
element that's different. It's one thing that's changed.
I believe Spielberg has also said that's his least favorite film that he's made.
Well, you know what? Hindsight's 2020. I love the movie Hook.
Your argument.
I almost hate it.
2020 doesn't boost your argument. But seriously, Spielberg, you made The Big Friendly Giant, so get out of here with that.
And The Terminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Hook is Robin Williams' most underrated movie, easily.
No.
Easily.
No.
Easily? Wow.
It is.
It's it's the third Aladdin movie. That's his most.
Let's take a look at this cast.
This
Robin
is the
Williams.
episode Brandon wanted to record, by the way.
Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts.
I wouldn't bring up Julia Roberts if I were you when I'm talking about Hook.
I love Julia Roberts. Maggie Smith.
In Hook?
Maggie Smith is a force to be reckoned with.
There's so many awful movies though with like awesome casts. That happens all the time. Like, The Family Stone and Aloha. Like, it's just like, hey, what if we put everyone?
Allow me to reiterate, my dislike for Hook has nothing to do with Robin Williams' performance. I think he's doing his best. It's just the premise for the movie frustrates me, and I don't think it's a good movie. And I love Peter Pan, and unfortunately, there's a lot of really bad Peter Pan stuff out there. So if we could get rid of one more, hey.
Okay, so to be fair, Brandon, what Zach just said is he's not judging the movie on the movie. He's judging the movie on the idea.
No, I think it's a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
Literally what you just said was it's the premise that you don't like.
No, I said I like Robin Williams' performance, and I said there's more bad Peter Pan movies, I think, than good. And this is one of the bad ones. Let's get rid of it.
We have not had a good Peter Pan movie yet. That's my contention.
The 2003 one's fine.
I didn't say we haven't had a fine Peter Pan movie. I'm saying we haven't had a good one.
I agree with you.
Something about Peter Pan that's just elusive. It's elusive, just like Robin Hood.
Sure. Yes.
Also
absolutely.
true.
There's no
For whatever
definitive
reason.
I like Men in
one.
Tights, but
It's
you
not
know,
good.
take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, exactly. I also like
So-
Blazing Saddles. Take that with a grain of salt.
I
Yeah.
like Blazing Saddles.
If you're all right with some racism and fart jokes, you know.
Listen, the movie August Rush, which I was
I like him.
kind
in
of
that.
which I was kind of excited for when I saw the previews.
Oliver Twist. Yeah.
I love music. I love movies. I love movies about music. But
Just one thing I know about Brandon: he loves music, he loves movies, and he loves movies about music.
It's a perfect marriage.
this Robin Williams in this movie, this dirty old sweatshop operator
Oh, boy.
with
Doesn't he have an
with his-
accent in it,
yeah. It's
some-
like a
yeah,
bad
like-
Brooklyn accent.
or is it like he's wearing a hat? It's
he's
like
wearing
he
he's
has-
wearing a cowboy hat. It can't be both. It couldn't be both. He's
No,
either wearing a
it's-
hat. He's either wearing a hat or he has a bad accent.
It's one of those, yeah.
He's easily the best part of that movie, and that movie's a hot pile
I
of
don't
garbage.
like him in that.
It
I
feels
don't
like
him in
he's
that at
doing
all.
an impression of Bono and Across the Universe. I don't know what came first, but it's very much like in that vein for me.
Oh,
Freddie Highmore.
Poor little Freddie Highmore.
No, I don't give him a pass. Screw him. I don't like Freddie.
He's a child.
He's a
He
great
was a
actor in
child.
Psycho,
He
but-
was a child.
Okay.
Anyway, that's
Spiderwick
mine.
Chronicles either.
Yeah,
That's mine.
it's hard to say anything good about August Rush. Like, I'm trying to think of what's the good thing about that movie.
The scene where he plays the guitar with his fingers is ridiculous, but it's cool to look at if you
That's
don't
what-
care about, you know,
why
truthfulness
I-
or fidelity.
You know, it's weird because I hear a lot of people who aren't really into movies. I've heard a couple people, not a lot, but I've heard a couple people who casually like movies cite that as one of their favorites, which is always super
same,
weird to me.
Same. Yeah. I know a lot of people who don't know anything about music who think the music's really cool in that.
Yeah,
you know.
it's kind of like I think you watch August Rush and then you eventually graduate to like Once or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Once is the good version of that movie. I don't think
Yeah.
the people watching August Rush are the people watching
Yeah,
Once.
they should. They should.
Yeah.
Mitch, what
August
about
Rush
you?
is a movie. August Rush is a movie. I'm not done on this. It's a movie
Okay,
you
yes,
put on
let's
at like
keep
a
going.
church potluck or something. Like it's,
Oh my gosh!
you know what I mean? Like it's like
It's
we
about
need
infidelity,
some
not
sort
at-
of
not at my
entertainment.
church.
It's,
No,
wanna
You're
put
putting on-
August Rush for the kids.
you're putting on Pistol Pete at
You're putting
at the
on
church
Donkey
potlucks.
Ollie at a church potluck, or McGee and me.
Okay, well, here's my problem with that pick. He's barely in it. He's one of the like minor characters. He's like the 15th guy in that.
Here's the thing I have for August Rush. He has a line that I quite enjoy in the movie, because, and I can't tell if the line's supposed to be like praising his character or not, but when he walks into Juilliard and he gets mad because Freddie Highmore is there and he's like, come on, this place will steal your soul. Because like I can't tell if the movie's like he's right or he's wrong. But do you guys know people like that? Like people who are like, I don't want to learn more music theory because I don't want them to take my soul. Or like I don't want to like learn my instrument too much. I want to be, you know, or just like with any kind of art form where people will say
Yep.
something like that.
Oh yeah.
I think
Are you
that's
asking me in 2019 if I think there are people who disrespect mastery and knowing your stuff? Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
do think that.
By the boatload.
But it's a thing,
Yeah.
I can't tell if the screenwriter is actually disrespecting mastery or if they're saying, like, aren't these people silly?
Yeah, like
Which is a
America has
problem.
been saying for the past 10 years, oh, professionals who know how to do things are bad. We should
Right.
get amateurs.
Easy
sorry.
does it, Mitch.
I'm going to get on my newsroom kick here. Why don't we have people who know how to do things? Anyways.
Mick.
Okay.
Mick. I said Mick.
Mickey, give me your movie.
Mitch,
I
your
think
pitch.
that's his name in August Rush.
Mitch's pitch would be a great side show for us to start doing.
That's a new segment.
I
on the show.
absolutely love it.
My name's Mitch, and I'm going to pitch a movie. All right. Well, here's the thing. A lot of these bad movies, I honestly have not seen them. I saw RV. I've seen it many times. We owned it. when I was
Many
growing up.
times.
Yeah, many times. The PETA from the Hunger Games is in that, I think, as like a little kid who likes rap and his dad doesn't get it. But here's the problem. RV has a great little speech at the end about Coca-Cola. That's all I remember. They talk about Coca-Cola.
I've never seen it.
I don't think Patch Adams is a good movie.
No.
But that's like
I
that's
love
like
Patch Adams.
just like swallowing sugar. So I'm okay with that. I like sugar. I like syrup.
I'm not.
So good.
I will never say Flubber is bad for me because Flubber is wonderful. Gave us Weibo.
That was my first choice.
Get out of this podcast, please.
I like Flubber. I think I lean more towards. It's not a great movie, but I lean more towards. I lean more towards Mitch. It's not a classic. It's not a classic.
You lean more towards Mitch with every
Flubber
decision.
is the Citizen Kane of movies about animated green Jello.
For heaven's sake! For heaven's sake!
And The Room simultaneously.
Honestly, I feel like they just said, all right, first thing, what if we had some green Jello do Mama Dance Mama number 5? All right, let's get a movie going. That's how I'd make that movie.
Mitch, what's your pick?
I do think I need to do like either like an Old Dogs or like a Bicentennial Man, and this is why. Old Dogs is the epitome of like his career was in the toilet at that point. I'm like, oh no, Robin Williams isn't that? But he's not the only guilty party, so I feel like I can't lob that as the one. Bicentennial Man, I feel like started the slow decay, like the slope. Ooh. Though I wouldn't think of his career as like a gradual slope. I do think it was just like hot and cold. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I used to watch Bicentennial Man though, and I won't say it was good, but I would watch it on occasion.
I love it in my brain of movies like AI and stuff, where I'm just like.
It came out at a real similar time, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was a lot like AI.
I just mean like I remember thinking like this is okay,
right? I think
about it again.
I think Bicentennial Man, just because it's ambitious, I would almost say Old Dogs before that, because Old Dogs is just. I don't even want to say it's a cash grab because it's not. It's just like a bad movie. It seemed like Disney was like. Oh, hey, we have John Travolta, Seth Green, and Robin Williams.
Maybe we wrote Old Dogs because it feels like kicking a dog while it's down.
Who's
like
old?
It feels like kicking an old dog. That's what that movie feels like.
John Travolta made a movie called Old Dogs and Wild Hogs.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a crossover.
That can't be accurate.
It is.
No, it cannot.
John Travolta was in
Old Dogs.
No,
with
Tim
Martin
Allen.
Lawrence. Tim Allen was in it. John Travolta was in it. Martin Lawrence and
holy moly, you're right.
William H. Macy. That's who it was.
Oh,
William H. Macy.
No. William H. Macy was not in.
Yes, he was.
Old Hogs? Wild
Hogs?
Wild Hogs. Old Dogs, Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Old Dogs
Wild
and
Hogs.
Wild Hogs? What a bummer.
Yeah, no, Bicentennial Man. I remember like when I was a kid, my dad brought it home from Blockbuster and it was like rated PG-13, I think. And he was like, hey, you want to watch this? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is really boring.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Did you think it was
how
like
old,
a
how old do you think?
Or something?
Yeah, I thought it was like, I think I was like 5, maybe 6. And I would always like catch glimpses of like my dad watching Gladiator or something cool like that when I'd be like coming downstairs like to like the kitchen or something. Like I always catch a glimpse like cool. And I think this is a movie where he was like, hey, if you want to watch this with me, like Robin Williams is in it. He's funny. And no, he wasn't.
I think you're giving your 6-year-old self a lot of credit.
It was boring. It was boring.
I think maybe you just like Bicentennial Man more than we do.
Yeah, I didn't even finish it. I was like, Dad, I'm going to go play with it. Yeah, I was like, Dad, I'm going to go play with my Peter Pan toys. I think I'm done with Bicentennial
There
Man.
you go. There you go.
Oh boy. Hey, I'm just going to go on record. This is not our question at all, and we need to wrap up. But I just want to go on record and say that Jack is a treasure, and everyone should watch it.
Oh my word!
Directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Where she has her child dressed as a witch, and there's an amazing scene where Robin Williams gets rejected by J-Lo. It is my favorite work of Robin Williams, and I mean that without any sense of irony. It's very, very good. So everyone go watch Jack, the scene with Miss Marquez, and let me know what you think. That's my call to action for the episode. My name's Mitchell Dupree.
You can speak to us about it on the Is It Really podcast on Facebook.
Not supported or endorsed by
either one of us.
The Is It Really podcast in any way. That's strictly Mitchell.
Mitchell's going off the rails. Everyone go watch Jack. Do it now.
If I ever have a free 2 hours where I'd rather do nothing else, I'll watch it.